Well, hello there. Come in, come in. I've been expecting you. In fact, I've prepared a kettle of the finest jade oolong tea for your arrival. It should just about be finished brewing now. Did you know oolong tea can help improve mental performance and alertness while providing important antioxidants? Wonderful stuff, really. One of my personal favorites. Now, I know we've just sat down with our tea, but I must ask, what was this vital request you have for me? Hey guys, it's me again, Natural Wizard. Welcome back to my channel. Now this video may be shorter than the usual ones, but not without good reason. So, I entered the subreddit searching for posts to use for this video, and the first thing I see is a moderator post about people using the stories in YouTube videos. And upon further reading, I found out that a lot of people seem to take issue with other people using stories from Reddit in their videos. Of course, with exceptions of the bigger, more popular channels, that's fine though. So anyway, I went through reading and selecting the posts I would like to use and sent each user a private message asking for permission to use their story. However, I only got responses from 2 users, who are both very sweet and understanding, so I only have 2 entitled parent stories for you all today. And I guess from now on the amount of stories you hear in my videos will be dependent on how many responses I get from the original posters giving me permission to use their stories. Yeah, it may require a lot more work to make a video now, but I mean it makes sense, so what's the harm in waiting around all day to hear back from people that are most likely not going to respond? Anyway, today we will be going back into r/entitled parents. And this intro has been going on for long enough, so let's just begin. Okay, this first story was posted by the wonderful EmptySize66X, and it is called Entitled Stepmother Tries to Deny Me My Medication. Hello again, friends. A couple of weeks ago, I posted this story linked below about my stepmother and how she tried to ruin a wedding to get revenge on my grandmother and family. Here's the story before I jump into another tale of her insanity. And I will also be posting the link to that story in the description if you'd like to check that one out. So, 5 years ago, when I was 16, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. My disorder is hereditary through my mom's side of the family, and I was prescribed a few medications for different things such as insomnia, anxiety, and my bipolar. It was 3 different meds, and they were relatively cheap as we had good insurance, thankfully. As I mentioned in my last post, my stepmother has drove my family into debt. She quit her job when I was in the 7th grade, and we lived on a single income with 5 people in our house. My stepmother went on shopping sprees, and well, that put us at least $150 in the hole per month. It was like a bill, essentially. So, my meds were about $20 a pop. I needed them to help manage my disorder as I suffered from intrusive thoughts, manic impulses, and severe mood swings. I was in high school, and without my meds, I couldn't focus and actually do the work that needed to get done. My dad and I went to the pharmacy one day, as all my pills needed to be refilled at once, and we picked them up. When we got back to the car, the whole way home my stepmother went on a tirade about how my pills were too expensive, and how I was taking too many, and it couldn't be good for a teenager to be that medicated. Did I mention it took 30 minutes to get home? So, here's where I talk about my own mother and my stepmother. Again, my mom is diagnosed with bipolar. She was notorious for going off her meds, and she's missed gaps of my life. During the time of this story, I wasn't speaking to her because the last time we came face to face, she cussed me out and threw a glass at my head when I stormed out. Thankfully, she missed by a few inches and it shattered on the wall. Along with my stepmother's regular expenses, she suffered from many ailments. She'd be at the doctor every other week because of something new, and she'd demand for refills. She's addicted to painkillers and is a hypochondriac. Just for proof, when my siblings had their wisdom teeth taken out, she refused to give them their painkillers that the doc had prescribed them, so she could take them in her spare time. She acts like I don't know, but she was tolerable for 2 weeks because she was in medicated bliss. So, in other words, she wanted me to stop my meds to fuel her addiction, because the less we spend $60 a month on my meds, the more she had to spend out of my daddy's pockets on doctor's visits and clothes. I didn't stop my meds, thankfully. I didn't want to be like my mom and go off the rails. My dad took me to get them alone after that, even though we still got the rant from my stepmother. She also thought my bipolar would just go away magically because when her mom died, she got depressed and doc gave her a prescription for Prozac, and it went away after a few weeks, and she didn't have to take Prozac anymore. This was years before I was born though. So there's really no conclusion to this. When I turned 18, I got a job and I pay for my own meds now. She still complains that I take too many, but I wouldn't be stable currently if I wasn't on the meds. And just to tie this off with how hypocritical and irritating she is, someone she knew went off their antidepressants, and she went on this rant about, if you need medication, you should take it. Yep, I shouldn't take mine because I take so many. Sometimes I want to scream at her. Small edit since I've seen it come up a lot in the comments. For info about why she and my dad haven't divorced, it's all mentioned at the end in the post above. And again, the link to that will be in the description. Also, I no longer live with my stepmother and dad. I moved out 2 years ago, so she has no say in what meds I take any longer. I live an hour away, so I don't see them very often, but when I do, I still want to beat her face into a wall for lack of better words. She drives me nuts, but I've learned over the past 2 years to shut her down when she starts up. I've been through a lot of therapy to help with that. Thank you all for reading though, I appreciate it. Okay, you see, if you know anyone like OP and I that take prescribed medication to keep them mentally healthy, you don't try and mess with that, even if not especially parental figures. Please, leave it to the professionals. Mental health is not a joke or something to be taken lightly. Alright, on to the next post. This next one is brought to you by La Chiclona. It's called, "You are fat, so I'm doing you a favor by taking your dog." I love hearing stories about entitled parents and don't know if this fits. I decided to make a Reddit since I have a lot of stories. First time writing, also on mobile, so sorry for any spell errors. I'm a big curvy girl, so I try to get out and walk my dogs so we both get benefits out of it. I don't want to call myself shy because I'm not, but I just hate people looking at me out of fear of being judged. So that is the reason why I don't walk my dogs on the street and walk them in the street behind mine. So this happened about 2 months ago when it was somewhat cold. I had been walking my dogs regularly, sometimes all three, Pitbull, Yorkie, Tiny Shih Tzu. But lately it was too much, and my 45-minute walk turned to 1 hour walk, and not even doing half of what I usually walked. So I decided to take it easy and just take my mom's small white and black Shih Tzu. People usually would go crazy over her and tell us how cute she is and how she looked like a stuffed animal. So 30 minutes in, and I see this little girl playing outside with shorts and no sweater, and I thought how it wasn't so cold but kind of irresponsible of the parents to let her be outside like that. As I'm getting close to the house, I see the girl look at the dog, and her face brightens up and waits for us to pass by. Perrito! Or puppy. This conversation was in Spanish, but we'll just translate it here. Oh my god, she's so cute! What's her name? Oh, thank you. Her name is Luna. She then sat up and Luna started getting on top of her and giving her loves, and she's such a good girl. A few seconds into this, I see the soon-to-be entitled parent walking up to us with a huge smile. Oh, don't bother this girl. No, it's fine. Luna loves kids anyways. Mom, look! She's so cute! I want one like this! Well, where are the other dogs? I guessed she had seen me walk all the dogs the days before. Oh, it's too stressful with all three, so I just decided to take her to have an easy day. She's really cute! Mom, look! She really likes me! Luna just kept being the amazing dog she is with the kid. In that second, I saw EP get her leash, and first thought she was going to hand it to me, since I let it go when the little girl started interacting with her. I got confused after she didn't give it back to me after a few seconds. Okay, well I think it's time for us to go. It was nice meeting you guys. Aww, okay, bye Luna! Well, I thought you gave her to us. Yay! Luna, you are my dog now! No, she is my dog. Actually my mom's dog, and I don't remember telling you you could have her. Well, of course you did, silly. No, I didn't. Then why would you tell me it's too much stress with all of the dogs? And anyways, I don't want all three. I just want this one, so you stay with two, and I just stay with this one, and we all go home happy. No, I never offered you her. I would never give her away, especially to a stranger. Her kid is outside with shorts and no sweater. I would hate to see how Luna would be treated. And this is when her soft voice and smile changed. I expected her to slap me like all the other stories I hear, but she didn't. Did you just call me a bad parent? And don't you see how happy my kid has been? She needs this dog. It's hers now. No, I didn't mean it like that. You know what? You are fat and shouldn't even have her. I'm doing you a favor, so you don't have to walk her anymore, so she's mine now. She had started walking away when I grabbed part of the leash and picked her up. No, I will be leaving with my dog now. If you don't stop, I will call the police. Do it. What will they believe? A fat girl walking her dog, or a mom and a daughter playing outside with their dog? My dad is a lawyer, and my brother-in-law is a sheriff, so let go of my dog before I make you regret it. My dad isn't a lawyer, but everyone always thinks he is because he always has nice suits. But my dad is friends with big-time lawyers and judges that have helped my family member before. But my boyfriend's brother is a sheriff, so I wasn't lying there. In that second, I saw her stop, and I guess she got scared and believed me, and let go of the leash. You can't prove anything. She picked up her daughter and went inside. On the way back home, I kept on thinking cool things I could have said when she was walking away, but in the moment, I was just relieved she didn't do anything to Luna. I decided not to tell my parents because I know they would want to make a big deal about it, and like I said before, get his lawyer friends into this, so I just stayed quiet and stopped walking that deep into the street. And yes, our wonderful OP here has provided pictures of her wonderful puppos. This one is Luna.
Oh, look at that happy face. Oh, so cute.
And this is Razzle. Now, I'm a sucker for pit bulls, and this one here is just way too precious.
Just look at that adorable smile. Oh my gosh, I want to pet that puppy.
And this one is Yorkie. Aw, absolutely adorable. Now, from all the entitled parent stories that I've read involving animals, I still don't understand what's going through these people's heads when they try and take people's pets. Honestly, what makes them think that they can just take part of someone's family? And for some people, trying to take their dog would be like trying to take their child away from them. So if anybody would like, you could stop by the wizard's shop, and I can teach you the entitled parent pupper protecto spell. But anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. And hey, it turns out this video is actually a pretty standard length after all. Cool. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of r/entitled parents. Links to these stories will be posted in the description, so go check them out, give them an upvote, do what you gotta do. So, thank you guys so much for watching and spending some time with me, and as always, don't forget your tea before you go.